Hello, everyone. Good evening, or afternoon, or morning, or night, or whatever. Welcome to Doors and Deities, the weekly Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition live stream here on Wednesdays, presented by Table Quests. As always, if you like what you see, check out all of our things in the chat, in the description. They're everywhere. You can search us wherever, Linktree. Find previous episodes on YouTube, so you can get caught up to the craziness happening at the moment. And hop in the Discord to react. I guess we could do reaction. And to chat with the rest of us and some other cool people over on the Discord. Special thanks, as always, to Syrinscape for the use of their sound library, for the awesome noises you're hearing right now that aren't coming from us, but rather the music that's playing. I don't have an orchestra or any kind of band just out of frame here. I looked into that. Kendra said I couldn't expense it, so unfortunately that's a no-go. I cleared out the space for them and everything, but apparently not.
You're doing a great job, Drew, but just really quickly, can we lower the background sound from Syrinscape, John?
Okay. Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Take it away.
The lovely sound of siren. Can hear quite loudly, apparently. Thanks again as well to Animated Dungeon Maps on Patreon for the lovely animated battle maps, animated 3D battle maps that we like to use here on occasion. Used one a couple weeks ago for the Fairy Village, where they fought a couple small red dragons. You can go check that out, as well as many others at patreon.com/animated dungeon maps. I am joined this week as Walt has died. He was the first one I was going to introduce. He's I haven't got to the recap yet. Walt was here at one point, and we'll say hi to him once he gets back. Well, I guess we can't point to anybody because things are all mixed up. People aren't in the right places. So, how was everybody's weekend?
What's a weekend?
It's like, you know how you have
Isn't
the
it
week?
the middle of the week over there?
Well, yeah, how was everyone's weekend? We don't stream on Sundays yet.
That was a Downton Abbey reference.
Yes.
Oh,
The Dowager.
Cool.
The Dowager. She's like, what's a weekend?
I love that show. I should have known that.
Yes, you should. All right.
Foolish me.
Walt's back. At least there's a couple of squares.
Walt's mostly back. We can imagine that Walt is waving as I introduce him. We also have John in yet another fetching guise. Cat, who is partially cosplaying Tempest, I think?
I'm wearing blue, if that's
definitely,
what you mean.
Yeah, definitely getting
I'll take it. This is my costume
from
now.
that. We, of course, have Mina.
Hi.
Back upon her throne to rule over everything.
All I can see.
So our faces?
Oh, and
Kind of weird.
my kitchen.
Fair. And last but never least, Kendra.
And Walt.
I did Walt at the beginning.
Should we just go around again?
Yeah, okay, and also Walt. And then John and Kat. If you look, Kendra is actually partially cosplaying Lyra at the moment, as one of the people on that shirt is dead.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think that's all for things to say. Does anyone else have any shout-outs, questions, comments, complaints?
Are we eating Lyra this session?
That's up to
Just
you.
a leg.
Just a leg.
Just one leg.
No.
It's fine.
Although I don't think Raise Dead can restore lost body parts, so you may want to be careful about that.
Oh, okay, no lems, guys, please.
Damn.
I don't remember. I should know
Wasn't
these
Tempest the
things.
one who wanted to eat somebody's ankles at the very beginning of this
Yeah,
campaign?
I had a
Full
really
circle.
long running
M-nails.
joke where I was gonna eat M-Nail's leg. That
Yes,
couple who's
okay.
kept kind of was wary about me, I think, for a while. I was the
Full circle.
Oh, no, it's actually worse. If the creature is lacking body parts or organs integral for its survival, the spell automatically fails.
How much do you need your leg?
You don't really need your leg.
You don't really need the leg, that is true. So
Here's a
the leg is
question.
fine.
If she lost a leg, could she regrow a leg?
And she didn't
Ooh.
really use her head much either. So how integral is that?
No,
Ooh.
we had this discussion in the Discord about what body parts are essential for a changeling.
All right, welcome back, Walt. We
Mm.
can see you now.
Yes, hello, Walt. Wave, as I've already
It
introduced
lives.
you, so.
Twice.
I'm so confused about the conversation that was going on. Yes.
Apparently, Cat wants to eat Lyra.
And then
And M-Nail's legs,
and
because we
M-Nail's
can't
legs.
eat anything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Oh,
before.
I
We
know.
already knew that. It's old news.
Well, hard to eat what's not in the same plane as you.
we haven't gotten there yet.
True.
We keep spoiling.
Spoilers!
Recap.
If we just
Isn't
keep
the name
talking-
of this episode Banished?
This is a good point.
Maybe.
Who's to say? Oh, okay. So before people just spoil the whole thing, before we eventually just say all of the things that happened last week in normal conversation.
The one thing that happened. That's all that happened last
Things
week.
happened.
Banished. All right, let's go.
First, you guys recuperated a little bit in Loren's tower, where, among other things, you checked on Lyra's body in the bag of holding, ensuring that the spell had worked properly and that time wasn't accelerated by your stay in the Feywild, which fortunately it was not. While Desiel copied down a spell, I believe just the one at the time, and then you guys decided to prepare, essentially prepare to meet Nestor and get Lyra back. Emnail messaged him, and he said to meet at Spireside Park North, which is just north of the two main spires in Corborant. And while Tiziel, as a tiefling, along with Emnail as his normal self, and Winter also as her normal self, went to the park. Tempest and Alexia would find a diamond of sufficient value to be used for the spell, and then also to find a suitable floating spot for the Shadowfell shard that Tempest had procured, attempting to haggle in both of those instances, one more successfully than the other. Fortunately, it was not on the more expensive item. Something about a dead husband? Tuition
Right.
fees? I don't know. It was also so confusing. But the group at the park waited as your designated meeting time at noon passed and went. The others joined you shortly afterwards, and you waited, as Nestor did not show up for the meeting. You decided that you would go looking for him, and Desiel passed.
Locate object.
Locate object, that's right. I was trying to think. For some reason, the word locate was just not there. Detect object? No. Find object? No, but kinda. Locate
So you
object.
couldn't locate
Correct.
the word?
Very good. Ugh, you've knocked me completely off track. I guess I did that. It's my fault. As you did, you found or detected that his lyre was about halfway up the debate spire. And before you began to move in that direction, there was a loud explosion from roughly that location, and some kind of wave of magical force propagated outward, enveloping you. And after a couple failed saving throws, found Winter and Amnail transported back to their home planes. Um, with Winter being in the center of still the shadowy form of the city of Corbranth, among several other people who had been transported there, while strange shadowy figures accosted them. And Amnail was alone in a field, looking out over the Platinum Sanctum in the distance, and looking about him toward some means of orienting himself. And I believe the last thing he did was make a perception check, which we'll get to. In the meantime, those remaining in the material plane decided to press on. Viziel found, leaving a note for Amnail, and in the process, finding a note that had been placed, presumably in response to his letter back in Yalthal, telling him that there was an omen in the palace. And oh dear, I don't have it pulled up.
Omen
You
in
will.
the spire, hope for the veil. Bring her back to life. Signed, Fortune.
Thank you, John. Much quicker on the notes draw than I. And they decided to head towards the spire. As the sounds of wizarding warfare raged in the city, they came across the ending of one such battle, as they get very near to the walls that separate sort of the outer grounds of the area surrounding the spire from the main city. As they watched a representative from Yulthal College, as well as two others clad in white, dispatching several from the city of Corbranth. And the music should have changed now. Thank you. So that is where we slip back into our story. As the Earthen Elemental rises, summoned by one of the wizards, to finish off their competition. You all are hidden somewhat in the slight shadows of the midday sun, pressed tightly against one of the buildings. What's the plan?
We just watched a student get, I don't know, something, right? Or a college
Yeah,
person.
so Tempest and I had a quick chat, and we decided we need to get to Nestor, because I have Lyra, and she has the diamond. And so we started heading that way, which is, I guess, when we saw the fighting and an earth elemental summoned. And we haven't been noticed, so we did not intervene in whatever was happening. So was it an earth elemental just murdered a student or something? I guess that's what she's talking about.
Yes, so one of the wizards in white summoned an earth elemental, which killed the final of, it looks like, a group of three wizards in Corbrantian green.
All
So
right.
currently,
So wizards in white are the bad guys, as far as we can tell.
so far as you're able to discern, they are standing alongside one of the wizards, wearing Yulthal blue.
What color were the wizards in the ancient duck wearing?
Blue,
Yothel blue.
yes.
All right. And so the wizards in white are with the wizards in Yothel blue as well.
There are three wizards in total. One in Yulthal blue, two in white.
What about
three-
Corbrantian Green?
Those are the wizards who are now deceased.
Okay, sorry. But the white wizards and the blue wizards were fighting against the green wizards.
Correct.
Together.
From what you're able.
Okay.
Yes.
As
From
far as
what
we
you can
tell.
see.
Okay.
And
Do
also
we
to
know what the
clarify,
white would be?
What was that?
You go.
I was just gonna make sure that the people that we saw die, they weren't people that we knew. Like there wasn't like Nestor wasn't one of the people in the battle. That was as far as you can tell. Okay.
I'm with Tempest. Yeah, Kat asked that because I'd like to also know.
Do we know what the white is? Like what association that would be?
You can roll me a history check for that.
May I also? Would it wouldn't be Arcana, right? It would just be history.
You
14?
could roll an Arcana. It would give you different information.
I will go for the Arcana.
But you can roll
information.
Arcana.
Yes, there we go.
14's for both of you. Okay. So Tempest, make sure I've got this. You are kind of aware that they are from the wizarding school at Morkainen. Morkainen. And Deziel, you know that furthermore that they are associated with the Conjuration School of Magic.
Oh shit! I thought I'd moved myself. Jess, I believe these guys in white are conjuring up the elementals and whatnot. Cousins of yours. Hey, can you? Never mind. We should go.
Oh, where?
I mean, the tower seems to be our lead, right?
Yeah, he points about halfway up the debate spire, I believe it was.
Yep. Where now that you've kind of gone around a little bit, you can all see that will look to be roughly 2 floors of this tower. Or at least the height of 2 floors. The walls have just burst outward, and black smoke currently billows.
So he points, as he points, he's pointing with his little forked twig. That is the only lead I have. Whatever this is beyond us. Lyra is our only concern at the moment. If Nestor is still alive.
I mean, it looks like the schools are kind of fighting among themselves at the moment. I don't know what's going on there, but some sort of alliances will come into play clearly. I don't know who the green guys are. Corcoran, I think. But maybe if we run into them, they'd be willing to not murder us on the spot.
He looks at Alexia. Can you see invisibility?
No, I can't. I'm sorry. I can jump really high.
I
Tempest,
can't.
I can make somebody else jump.
I can't see invisibility, but I can.
No, I can make
know if
2 of us
thinking
invisible.
things.
I can
Nah.
make 2 of us invisible. I mean, we need to get to Nestor. That's what we need to do, and not die in the process.
Are there any bodies of students around us? Or like close to us?
No.
Preferably with a cloak? No? Okay.
The only bodies immediately nearby are those of the wizards in green.
I mean, if we're trying to be really, really stealthy, you could just put me in the bag and make yourselves invisible.
Alexia, we're going into the heart of whatever this is. Or
Need answers for when I go back to my group, so I'll help you guys see this through.
Okay. Come crouch down. He minor illusions, just some rubble over where we are, because somebody getting into a bag of holding might be a little more noticeable than just a couple people crouching in the corner.
Mhm.
So I do a little minor illusion, 5-foot rubble alongside the building, and pull the bag out. I'll pull you out when we get to Nestor, I guess.
Make use of me when you need me. See you on the other side, guys. And I'm just gonna step into the bag and down.
Okay. He puts the bag back and has Eddie, as we start to go, Eddie's going to start webbing, extra webbing between the strap of the bag and my chest.
Yeah, please don't lose me.
Yeah.
Don't get pickpocketed.
I mean, he usually has like a couple little strands you've noticed between the bag and me, but like he's hard at it right now. Okay.
Does it happen?
Oh no. Hold on, let me make sure the stream's still going.
Oh. Did I die? I guess it was my turn. Thank you. Well, you see here, what we got is Discord is frozen. Sorry, people. I'm trying to get Discord back. I promise. Hopefully that's the only problem, is Discord froze.
Do the consequential stream.
All right, Discord.
I
Just
swear
froze.
the stream.
That's how we know it's important.
Yeah.
It was when Lyra died, right? That there was like a
Yes.
region-wide internet outage,
Oh,
Streaming from your
yeah.
phone at one point.
and that was brutal. He's back.
We are all back.
That was
It was
okay.
Discord that froze up.
fun.
Apparently. Thank you, Oh My Wife, for saying that y'all could still hear me. So then I knew the problem was Discord.
Hello, are we back? Yes.
Yes.
Back.
I
We are
see
back.
us. Wunderbar.
What
So
were,
let's see.
what were you saying? I was put her
Minor
in the bag.
illusion.
Oh yes, I was holding my hand out
Tempest in the bag. Bag your chest.
towards Alexia. Hand on shoulder, hand on hand.
Hand on hand. I think that's appropriate for the situation. Let's do it.
Okay, so he. Oh, I just got totally frazzled there. So he reaches out and grabs her hand, and when she puts her hand in his, he slaps some gum Arabic with an eyelash on top, and casts invisibility at 3rd level so that we both turn invisible. Done. Hopefully I won't need too many more slots today. Okay.
If
here
I
we
know
go.
the channel points correctly, I believe we now have to be
Yeah.
in character, correct? Cool.
For the next 10 minutes, we have to be in character the entire time. Thank you, Sawabi. See?
That doesn't apply to me, right?
No.
'Cause that would be that's going to be a
Yes.
problem
That would be,
with where we're going
yeah.
next. Because we're going to Am now.
Okay, so we start stealthing our way up to the base spire. Hand in hand,
Yeah.
invisible, with Tempest in the back. And Lyra also in the back. By the way.
Started narrating everything they're doing for some reason. Am now. Has he frozen?
Yes. No.
Okay, he's still here.
Yes.
You are looking around in somewhat familiar territory. And I believe you were looking for anything familiar?
Yeah. Originally, my first thing is, did anyone get shunted here with me? Like, are there people around me?
Gotcha.
Am I positioning?
Unfortunately, I could not hear any of that.
He said he'd like to get his
What
positioning,
part?
see if there's anybody with him
Got out.
or anything he recognizes.
Gotcha.
That
What you
one.
rolled last week? There's no one else here. You see birds flitting overhead. The first thing you see as you cast around is you know this place. You look around, you recognize the gentle slope of the hill. You see the paved stone path that you tread up this hill once before. The altar, perhaps 30 feet away from you now. And memories flood around from your christening in the Protectorate. Or once there was a crowd congratulating you. It's now an empty glade. Underneath the long shadow of the sanctum.
Um, After getting my bearings, hearing Desiel's voice, then responding, waiting, and nothing else coming through, I'll just look around, get on one knee, just kind of touch the ground, see if it feels real. And when it does, I have to get out of here. Just look over past the altar towards the sanctum. What's the worst thing they can do? They can expel me again. Yes. And I'll get up and I'll start walking to the altar, just kind of like check if there's anything in there, but if it's mostly just empty, because it's kind of like an amphitheater, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like an open space with a kind of like a base. Okay.
Okay, so you are heading up to the altar and then starting beyond it. Is that correct? Is that what I've gathered? Is he gone?
He froze a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard him say something about he's going to check the altar in the amphitheater. And
Yes, I heard that. All right, well. It's all right. We can slide things over to winter.
hop over to winter.
Hop over. Thank you. Of course, how could I be so foolish? Winter, you were looking around to a familiar sight. You were here not so long ago.
Excuse me. Am I back? Am I in
As-
sync? Can you hear me in
Several
real
others kind of on the
time?
periphery of the area
No.
run for cover
Awesome. Amazing.
as these chain-bound creatures. Oh no!
We didn't want to interrupt Drew to respond to him. He may have said that 2 minutes ago also.
I need to clip that. That was great.
You
Was
need
he
to
saying
stay in
something?
character. Yes, he was
Oh.
saying something, but I think he said it like 2 minutes ago and it just came through.
Oh,
He was saying, "Can you hear me? Am I back? Hello?"
no.
While you were talking. Anyway, sorry. Winter.
Winter. You see.
What did you say, Drew?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
You kind of hop around looking for a vantage point to see what's going on. Most of the people kind of scatter out into the loose forest and the dark mist. You see the one who was grabbed by the chains, yanked onto the ground on his back, as another spectral, shadowing hand reaches up, chains coiled around it, ready to strike down. What are you doing?
Do I recognize any of the people there? Are any of them my friends?
No, none of your friends. Although, make me a perception check. look around and you don't see any of the faces of Amnael, Tempest, Desiel, or Alexia. You do see someone who looks like a young man, with disheveled black hair, impish features, the distinct, slight green-tinged hue of a spring eladrin. As Lim crouches behind a shrub, short ways away from you, now looking around confused, as all of these people have just popped up around him.
I would like to. Does it look as though I might be able to stealthily make my way around to him?
It certainly looks as though you could make the attempt. Another 19. It's just the day of 19. Yeah, you creep through the bushes and behind trees, hazing fog kind of obscuring you from anyone else around you. Lim doesn't even seem to see you approach.
When I am close enough, I will try to make my presence known to him without startling him too much.
Hey. I was looking for you guys.
I do not see my friends here. I'm not sure where they are.
Oh. Yeah. I tried to follow you, but I thought you were all already gone, but then poof.
Yes, things are happening rather suddenly. Can we help these individuals? Have you gone against these creatures before?
These things, they kind of, it's weird, but like they kind of look like the Shadar Kai that would go deal with people who had messed with the planes too much. The warning always was if you created too many portals, ripped too many holes, that the Raven Queen would send them after you. But they don't look right. They look like, I don't know, that thing with their eyes is, they don't look like alive. Like they're just kind of shadows.
Okay. What do they appear to be doing, Drew, to those or the person they have captive?
Currently he's pinned to the ground, and then you see a second set of chains has been wrapped around, has wrapped around his neck, and the thing has begun pulling. And you see it just cutting into his neck, and black smoke hisses out as it interacts with blood coming from his neck.
We have to stop this.
Okay. So we're fighting?
Yes, we're fighting. Are you ready?
Okay. He stands and draws his hands back, and like back in Ajin, the spectral bow and arrow form to his hands, aiming. On your mark.
She stands and lowers her spear and makes a rush at the one pulling at the chain on his neck.
Okay. I guess that's a mark. And he releases, and you see the green energy flash past you, strike the thing in kind of center mass, and just wreaths of green light, like leaves falling, just tear through its form for a few moments. It whips its head up and turns to face you. What are you doing?
I'm going to attack. If he's whipping his head around to face me, I'm going to try and poke it in the face.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, there we go. Spirit type.
11 does not hit.
Okay.
You
Uh,
you step up and poke at it, and it seems to just dance out of the way. Its chains kind of recoiling around it as it drops off of the young elf.
I have a second attack, so I'll go with unarmed strike.
Go for it. That also misses.
Oh boy. Okay.
Its form is kind of obscured by the haze around it. It just dips and ducks.
Okay. Mm, I bonus action. No, I can't. I guess I'm gonna go. I'm gonna spend a key for patient defense.
Okay. Very good. As it is now Shadow's turn. And it coils the chains and then lashes one out at you. Does a 14 hit you?
No.
Shouldn't. Okay. Yes. Wicks that out, but you snatch it with your spear and just pluck the chain away as the second goes for your throat. And that misses as well. This is the most boring combat we've ever seen. Everyone. We're playing Morrowind. Just everyone missing. There's a dated reference. Lim hops up and kind of rushes towards you. Drawing back again with his spectral bow and arrow, and releases. Again, just this time seeming to just glance off of some outer part of the thing, not harming it nearly as much. And as the three of you kind of sat into this is a battle, we're going to switch back over to Mdale. So Mdale, if I have this correct, you are moving towards the sanctum.
I just like to take a look at the altar first, and then make my.
Yeah. You see what look like the remains of several past ceremonies. Crumpled vegetation, flowers, that sort of thing. Gemstones kind of laid out, scattered most on the ground. The one thing you can pick up that seems to be intact, fully, is a dried rose. Has been laid at the center.
Is that part of any sort of ritual I would be aware of? A initiation?
Make a religion check.
Yes, sir. I'm great at those.
Unclear. You know that roses are used for a variety of ceremonies and celebrations,
Gotcha.
memorials, even.
Yep. I brush off my coat. I take the two clasps from my cape, I should say. I take away the two clasps from my cape, which are two holy symbols. I put them in a little pouch. I turn that cape almost like I twist it, and so I make kind of like a um, uh, not quite for my neck, but I drape it over my chest so it doesn't look like I'm super sketchy, and I start walking.
So the ceremonial altar is at the top of a rise, a small hill, and as you descend down into the valley that lays between that and the mountain on which the sanctum rests, you pass through a small copse of trees. The wind blows through and leaves blow by them. It's autumn in Celestial Plane, so the gold matches nicely with just about everything else. You pass by the woods, an unnatural quiet seems to rest where you would normally hear all manner of celestial creatures. As you exit out to the bottom of the valley, where a large number of archways and stone structures are scattered about, some crumbling, some newer, producing a haunting musical tone as the wind passes through the holes in the stone. You walk around, you hear a noise, like large footsteps, thumping. Something bipedal, walking on two legs, and you don't hear any growls or vocalizations.
Is there any space where I can try to just like hide or be away from sight of it?
Certainly.
Or am I just not open?
Yeah,
Oh,
certainly.
okay,
There are areas where the stones are kind of denser,
I'll
and they curl.
attempt.
I don't think he can hear me at the moment. Maybe he did at one point hear me. Is he back?
I can.
Okay,
I
lovely.
did.
Yep, you're both on the same timeline. Continue.
Awesome, for now. But yes, there are areas where the stones are more kind of tightly packed around one another, and they curl and twist oddly enough that there's ample room to tuck yourself in between two of them and be relatively hidden. So you can go ahead and make a stealth check.
Yes. is a sorry. It was asking me for disadvantage because armor. And it didn't send it. Hold up. It has sword. Disadvantage.
Super stealthy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, same thing. Yeah. 16. Sorry.
16, yep. Yes, you wedge yourself into a shadowed corner as the steps get closer, and then from between um, between two of these sculptures walks by something that looks very similar to the creature that was at the end of your time in the library. The keeper that had been corrupted by Karkath's magic. Although this one, its limbs are of normal proportion, its eyes are not hooded and gray. This looks to be what a keeper should look like. It is wandering, just peering around with its beaded blue eyes, stumbling through this strange landscape.
Can I get around it? Like, not literally around it, but like, is there another path that I can try to move towards the sanctum where I won't go into direct, like, on its path?
Yeah. You can. There are innumerable ways to slip off the path and around it. You're gonna have to navigate, navigate through these stone structures, but yes, you can.
Yeah, I will attempt to do so while keeping an eye, and I will just grab the one holy symbol that I haven't stowed away yet, which is the one on my sword, and be like, I need you now more than ever. And I'll cast guidance on myself just in case it becomes necessary, and I will be constantly peering around me, like just seeing if there's anything out of the anything else out of the ordinary, I should say, or if I
Yeah.
see someone familiar or something familiar.
Yeah, go ahead as you walk through, make a perception check.
Oh, come on! What is this?
As you walk, straining your ears and your eyes. 14, there you go. 15. As you walk, straining your eyes and the ears, you hear a snatch of conversation. No, we shouldn't be here. Yes, but important things are happening right now. We have to see if it has any. And it passes, as if you had just walked by someone on the street.
Oh, like sourceless.
Like it came from 2 feet to your left, and then it wasn't there.
In which language? Common?
In Elvish.
I don't know. What? Damn it. I'm gonna keep going.
Continue to walk. You hear more footsteps. This time of something much smaller, much more human-like. As walking around the corner looks to be an older elf, with a slim, trimmed gray beard, in blue robes, but a much darker blue, more royal or navy blue than those of Yellow College. He's carrying about 4 books, large, dusty volumes. As he walks around one of these pillars and looks around confused, makes eye contact with you, what? And then disappears.
Can I try to walk to where he was?
Yeah, you can.
Fucking dragon bacon. It's trippy shit.
I'll I'll pass through the space.
Mhm. You pass through that space.
He like disappeared into.
Mhm. You peer left around a pillar, right, and when you look right, the direction he came from, you see a hallway. A dark stone hallway with torches inconsistently lighting the room. Bookshelves line parts of it. Although books are stacked everywhere. The shelves are packed, piled on the floor. On several of the chairs, you can see just covered in books.
Does this look like a familiar portion of the library? Or does
No.
it look like the library?
It appears to have the same. You kind of sniff and smell the same scent of mildewed books, the overwhelming stench of rotting paper. There seems to hang in the air the same sense of mystery. But it doesn't. Nothing about it stands out to you as familiar. About what you can immediately see. Say that again. Sorry.
It's not like a portal that's closing. It's just like if I turn left, I'm into it. I'm in the hallway, right?
Yes. When you turn your head left, you are in this valley. Everything around you is normal. You turn your head right, you're in the hallway. But only so long as you look to your right.
I'm going to take a step towards that hallway, and I'm gonna blink. I have no idea where I am. How am I gonna get out of it?
I dare say. You'll hear from behind you. As you turn, and you are now fully in the hallway. Looking now behind you, sort of the direction you would have come from if you had been here the whole time relative to your position. And a wide circular chamber opens up with steps kind of leading around the outside. A blue fountain of not quite water, some denser blue liquid, lightly glowing, pours from this fountain. And the man you saw stands there in front of you. I saw you in the vision.
What vision?
vision I had just moments ago that I was in a field of stone sculptures.
That wasn't a vision, my good sir. You were somewhere else.
What are you suggesting? A teleportation spell gone awry?
Well, I have no idea what you were up to, but why? Where are we? Where am I?
You are well underneath Darramore College. As far beneath as it's possible to get. This is the inner sanctum of the library.
See, this is precisely what I was worried about. My good sir, my name is Amnel Bryathos, son of Uriel, overseer of the Celestial Protectorate, sentinel at death's door, priest of the Judge of the Damned. Can you get me out of here?
As soon as that last phrase echoes from your lips, you're
Which
back on
one?
the field.
Get me out of here. Okay.
You just say, "Get me out of here." You're back in the field.
Oh, fuck. Did he like punch you, or did I just like no clip that?
What's that?
What, like, was it something that he did, or did I just like glitch back?
No, he was watching you, confused. You blinked, and it was gone.
Oh, damn it. Okay, I start like looking all around. Are there any other hallways, like weird geographical?
Not in this immediate area. You know that the stones, the structures, the pillars get denser the farther towards the center of this
Mhm.
valley you move towards. You are kind of along one,
Mm.
like the westernmost arm.
Mhm.
Taking a long time to think about this. Really just pondering.
No, I'm.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Fuck it. It's not like I can help anywhere else. I'm going to cast sending. Um,
Okay, to whom?
to my father.
Okay.
Can I roll the d20?
What's that?
Nothing. I was saying, can
Yeah.
I roll the d20?
There should be no d20.
There is a d20, but we'll get to that.
I will say. Oh my god. Okay.
Just like with
I
every other
will
time you
say-
cast it around here.
I've been banished. Yeah. I've been banished back home. I need your help. Can I find you? I'm at the Valley of Statues.
P.S. Can I have a Pegasus?
He can stay there.
Roll a d20.
Oh, why do you do this to me? If this is a 1. Oh my god! Oh,
It's the halflings one.
It's the halfling. You start to hear a response, and we'll get to that response after material plane crew.
Let's
You are.
go.
You are invisible.
All right.
Or in the bag of holding, which is invisible.
So I'm holding her hand, right?
Yep.
All right. Inflict wounds. Just kidding.
No!
That was that?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so we're invisible with the bag of holding, hand in hand, trying to make our way up to the debate spire.
Stealthily.
Make it no way.
Make our way.
Okay. So you can continue along kind of the outside around this outer wall. Or it seems like part of the reason this particular area was so contentious is part of the wall here, it looks to have been struck by some debris or something, and part of it has collapsed or broken away. And there is a hole in this, 10-foot wall that opens to the inner circle of this area.
Does it look like there's still contention happening around this hole?
Not at the moment. The victors are currently picking the corpses clean of any magical items, gems, spell components, useful things for a wizard that they may have on their person.
Victor. And they're all named Victor. All right, so this seems like a quicker way for us to get to where Nestor's lyre is, at least.
Yep, it's a more direct route to the spire.
Does it look difficult to climb in, or
No, like the wall is mostly collapsed. So like it's not like there's a hole that you would be shimmying through. Like,
okay,
there's a hole essentially that you could pick over some rubble to climb through.
all right.
It would not be difficult.
Through the wall, I suppose. Do you have good shoes on?
I mean, I feel like I was born for this. Let's go.
Okay then. We go. Alexia was one of the acrobats, wasn't she?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
If you need a boost, I can,
Yeah.
throw you in the air.
No, I was thinking of her like a wizard, but then I just remembered that she's one of the acrobats.
Yep. So how are you crossing the gap between where you are and that area? Are you just walking across the way? Are you sticking around the outside? How are you doing this?
I would say, yeah, maybe sticking to the outside.
Yeah,
Best.
try to basically get where we can kind of peek in to make sure that things are
Hug
safe.
the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a couple of stealth checks for me.
Okay. How many is it? 2?
One for each of us.
Okay. So are you staying hand in hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we can't see each other, right? So.
Yeah, if we go invisible and let go of each other in stealth, then that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So you kind of pick around the edges, and then Desiel, you see very quickly that the divining wizard of Yalthol is scanning his eyes around the area, and they are glowing blue. Bright blue.
this is before we actually get through this is like as we approach the hole in the wall.
This is as you get about halfway there. He finishes up what he's doing, and then you see him cast some kind of spell where he rubs something over his eyes, and they glow blue.
Is there, like, are we close enough to be able to essentially hide on the outside of the wall? Or is there anything else that, with the 24
some
stealth,
rubble.
maybe I could help my 13 stealth person, like, between the two of us, we could find something to put between us and his vision? Okay.
So if you want to continue push along, there's a building that kind of backs mostly up to it, and there's just kind of a short kind of alley in between the side of the building and the wall, or I guess the back of the building at this point, that you can duck into. So the wall is now there on your left as you face the square, building on your right.
All right. So as we start picking our way across, and I notice that, I'll just basically pull her hand in and kind of tackle, like, basically the two of us against the wall, like out of his point of view, or field of vision. So it seems they have somebody inside casting divination. His eyes were going blue, and I have seen that before with somebody who can see through invisibility.
Okay. Are there any students around us now potentially wearing cloaks?
Damn. The square is deserted.
Damn, okay.
Anyone who was here fled out.
Did it look like there was a way past him stealthily, or stealthily? Or is it like...
Yeah, I mean, he is, at this point, like, kind of in the center of the square looking around. You see that the wizard who summoned the elemental is seems to be giving it orders.
Oh, sorry, so he's one of the people in the square. He wasn't in the whole of the building.
Yes, correct.
Sorry, I miss.
The elemental is starting to walk over towards the hole in the wall.
Okay.
If we can create a distraction of some subtype, I can run really fast, but what are you like?
If either one of us casts anything, this invisibility goes away.
Well, we don't need to cast anything. We have, and I'll look around. There's rubble, like rocks and stuff, right?
Yeah, there are rocks.
Okay. Maybe we can throw something and create a loud noise in one direction and go the other way. That's the only thing I got.
What is in the opposite? So there's us, and there's the wizard in the square with the earth elemental coming towards us, I guess. What is beyond the wizard?
Beyond the wizard is the buildings that make up the other side of the square, and then the streets that go off of it out into the city.
Would I know, from it being my spell, would firing a crossbow at like a window or her throwing a rock or something, would that be considered an attack that would break invisibility? It's been a while since I gave you those difficult questions.
Yeah, not as such. Something like firing a crossbow would, because you're attacking an object.
Okay.
Right, and that is the thing. You're attacking
Yeah.
an object. Throwing a rock to create a distraction would not be considered an attack.
Right.
But like if you're trying to hit something specific,
then that's
yes,
attacking.
you are
that thing.
attacking that object.
Okay.
And so then something about the focus that takes, something about it causes that to end the spell.
Is he scanning essentially back and forth, or is he like looking towards us now, or what's the situation?
No, he's kind of looking around, checking the area. He doesn't appear to have seen you. The elemental plods and gets very near the hole in the wall, which is maybe 50 feet along it from where you are.
Do I have any reason to believe that elementals can see through invisibility?
Make an Arcana check.
15.
15. Just check something real quick. You guys keep rolling right like on critical thresholds.
There you go.
Very. Let's see.
I mean, if I don't know one way or another, then I don't know one way or another.
You know that earth elementals possess, in particular,
Tremors.
are very in tune with the vibrations of things around them.
Yeah, shit. Okay. How
And
far
so
away is he?
At the moment, about 50 feet.
Are there any windows on this building?
So I say...
There were.
No.
They have been shattered.
If he sees where the
So
stone
there's-
came
okay.
from, he might look this way. No. Keep
Okay.
the elemental is coming towards us. Keep the elemental
Okay.
between us and him. He can't see through his elemental, no? But we can't let him get too close. Okay, go.
Okay.
No.
Okay,
And I'll
okay.
I'll try pulling her like where we
Yeah,
keep
I'll go.
we use the elemental kind of as a shield, but staying as far away
Okay,
from
so
it as possible.
you're trying to just getting this right. So the elemental's moving towards the opening.
And we want to
You
keep
are
the
running
elemental
towards-
between us and the wizard, going
So you are
towards the
cutting
opening.
in front of the elemental
Yes.
and running.
Yeah.
Hoping we can stay far enough ahead of it.
Okay. So you're abandoning stealth then, just to be clear.
Do we have to run in order to do that? I mean, do we have to abandon stealth?
If you're going to be running,
Okay,
you
so
can try to creep and stay stealthy.
Yeah, I mean, I
The
don't know
question
how
is,
far away it
are
is.
you going for speed, or are you going for subtlety?
I think we should be subtle on the way and then
Because you're
speed
about
once we get
50 feet.
inside.
50 feet from...
Yeah, I don't
Kind of a
know
radius.
if we can subtly like make that happen where we can get basically in front of the elemental without sprinting. Like that was the plan. But I don't know.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, then yeah.
You could attempt that. Just basically changes what you're rolling.
Okay.
Yes, make a couple of stealth checks. You try and softly place your feet.
The rogue blew
So
it.
as
I know.
as I see the rock shift and I feel the yank on my arm, I stop and I lift my left hand and I just kind of pull back and give her a second try at that.
Come on. Okay. Jeez.
So you feel yourself trip, and then you somehow know that was about to happen, so you avoid stepping right there.
Oh.
Meanwhile, you notice Desiel's doing this strange little thing, which may not mean anything to you. Careful.
So you creep and delicately place yourselves between the plodding elemental, who at this point is like stepping towards you. Doesn't seem to realize you're there, but is stepping towards you as it heads towards that opening. So you're going to back through the hole?
Yes, we are trying to get into the opening. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's the plan.
Very good. Very good. Make a couple of quick acrobatics checks as you're, stealthily trying to move back here. Oh, kind of picking your way over this stuff. Not difficult ones. Yep, no problem. Pick around the rubble. And as you enter onto the smoother stone tiles of this inner area, the elemental stops even with the rest of the wall and plants its arms in the ground, turns back around to face the city, plants its arms, and then sits, blocking the entryway.
Oh, okay. I guess we're stuck in here now.
Well, this is where we wanted to be.
Okay. Which way?
And he pulls out his little twig. Madre mia. And he puts it away. This way. And you feel a little tug in your arm. I head in the direction that I believe the twig was last pointing before I started concentrating on a different spell.
Yep. It's not hard. The building is open at that section. And you can kind of start to see the wreckage of rooms in there.
Is your ankle okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you okay?
Yeah, we're good. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I guess just keep our eyes open for Nestor.
Yes, at the very least, his instrument is here, his lyre.
Okay. I don't think we should split up, so let's just stick together and just look together.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
So we head that way, keeping an eye out. Looking specifically for any signs of Nestor.
Same.
So you can head around the front of the spire to kind of this grand main entrance. You see two wizards a ways in front, so like you can slip. You're basically between them and the door. In dull pink robes. I seem to just idly chat with one another. Although you do see what looks like a green cloak shoved or dumped into a bush nearby. If you head in to the debate spire, which is easy, as the marble doors have been blasted off their hinges and buckled inward, crumbling into ruins.
I'll head over. On the way by, I will try and deviate really quickly and grab the green cloak just in case.
Okay. As you get closer, you see that it is currently attached to a wizard who lost another battle.
No.
Maybe you shouldn't choose one of the losing wizard's cloaks. Or you can, yeah.
No, this is a good idea, but
Yeah.
until we see one of the other ones, when we get to Nestor, we don't know if they're going to think, I don't know.
Hey,
I
do you
take
think
it and roll it up.
if we see any injured ones who are maybe on their last leg, I think we should just finish the job and take their cloak, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Of the
Cool.
white
Okay.
wizards and the blue wizards.
White wizard, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Do I have any idea what the pink cloaked wizards are?
Pink cloaked? Yeah, you would know. What you rolled before is good for this. They are from the Fordyce School of Enchantment.
The what school of enchantment?
Fordyce
Fordyce. Okay, gotcha.
would be Fordythe.
Oh, I got that one right.
If Henry Ford died and then wanted to forget all of his memories in ancient Greece.
Are they talking like a couple of guys that just took some shit over and they're like, yo, this is ours? Or are they talking like a couple of guys who just, yeah, this is our home and we're fucking oblivious to the fact that we're under attack?
It's not the second one.
Okay, so just making sure.
Yeah, they're oblivious to the destroyed front door, the ruined
Those
entryway.
enchantment wizards, you never know.
Are they even real mages?
Yeah, I mean they're. But it seems Parlin has help from all over.
Good. We need to survive this to at least warn everybody else out there what's going on.
Yeah. If we attack somebody though, this breaks, huh? Like the moment we attack,
Yeah.
they can see us.
Okay. Let's do it as last-ditch effort.
Okay.
So we keep stealthing, looking for Nestor
Yeah.
in any room we can come across.
You enter into a scene of slaughter. Wizards of all colors or rainbow robes. Light and
Any
dark
bad guy?
blue, pink, white, green, orange. You can pick out Desiel members from each of the schools.
So I
At
guess
least one, just scattered about.
I would suggest
Shattered wood and burned paper.
to Desiel, maybe we should try to grab 4 of the bad team's robes, just in case, if we can find it.
Yeah, it seems like all the cloaks except Grim seem to be on the bad team. But yeah,
Okay.
blue and white, pink.
Okay. So I guess we'll take like a moment to grab 4 of the baddies' robes.
Free clothes.
Yeah. Exactly what we wanted. Thank you, Drew.
Welcome to our shopping vlog!
Does it look like... Well, do I see Nestor or any sign of Nestor in this room?
Make an investigation check. No.
Is this the room that I believe he should be in?
No.
Okay.
That would be a ways up.
Okay.
And from here you can see several, sets of stairs that would take you up. And then there are doors that lead farther in to the spire as well.
Yeah, while she's grabbing cloaks, he's just too busy just looking around, freaking out, I guess.
Once they have the cloaks.
Yeah, what color do you want?
I mean, I would want to try to get all the same color if possible, but I don't think it would be. So just as many of the same color as one. So like, I
Do
don't
you
know how
have a
many.
preference?
White, then blue.
White. Yeah, white then blue, and then pink is the last one.
Okay. Yes, you're able to get. Yeah, there seem to be a lot more of the light blue cloaks than of any one other set apart from the green Corinthian robes. Should be easily able to get 4 of those, or 3 of the white robes that aren't irreparably torn or damaged, or dirty. But
Okay. I'll grab 3 white robes and then 1 light blue then.
And I guess I'm shoving them in the bag.
Yeah, I'll just shove them at Dizzy.
you're gonna pull Tempest out of a wardrobe ladder. That's fine. What? How'd I get a
She's just in the bag, just getting rained on.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, each thing creates its own plane, or own demi-plane.
Except for the,
Yeah,
the,
For
the,
It would have been
boogeyman.
disgusting.
the light blue
I mean-
robe, like as I stick it in there, I think Tempest, and then I drop the light blue robe in.
You know, I'll give it to you. I'll let that physics work for a second. The Tempest in the bag. You've been sitting in nothing for half an hour at this point, as they've been creeping around, remaining stealthy.
I've been playing I Spy Imaginary with Lyra.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! And then a spear of light pierces from above, which is then quickly darkened as fat as a cloak just slowly tumbles down to you. In the light blue of Yalville College.
Okay. I'm assuming you want me to put this on.
Let her ruminate on that for a minute. Like whatever that means.
I just kind of like look at it. Like compare the blue to my existing blue. Like, what if this was the color instead of the uniform? How do I feel about this blue? Try it on. I'm just having like a fashion show down here by myself.
Your
I'll
dirt,
have like an arm in each.
your dirt stained blue versus the cloak's blood stained blue.
Yeah, like which suits me better. Like I've got one on one side, one on the other, and I'm just like,
Yeah, roll a D100 for me.
Don't like that. No. Wrong. Why?
I don't know why I rolled 2. Oh, that's why. 51.
Back outside.
Like exactly mediocre.
Back outside. What are you guys doing?
Continuing. Apparently, I am too distracted to even loot dead wizards. So, once she has the cloaks, I am,
Continuing just towards that room.
yeah, kind
Moving.
of single-minded Lyra at the moment. So, Nestor at the moment.
Going up.
Yes.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you can head up these stairs that just, there are doors leading to each floor as you go up, and you get up roughly to where it should be. And then as you open the door, you feel the rush of the wind. As some ways, kind of down around this hallway to the outside is fresh air. You can't see it exactly from where you are, but you can definitely hear the wind whipping through what was definitely not designed to be open window.
And I feel like we've now gotten, or are we still on our way up?
You have gotten up to that level.
Okay.
You feel as you
Okay.
as you climb, you hear from the various levels, kind of peaking about halfway through your journey, the sounds of continued, magical conflict.
Yeah, I was about to ask if we. I was gonna see if we hear any in front of us.
You not on this floor. So below you, as you were climbing up, you would have heard it. It seems to have moved more to the back, relatively speaking. Obviously, this is a circle, but towards the back end of the spire at this point. In the area you're in seems mostly deserted.
Are we
It should be here, more or less.
Okay. So, just start opening doors.
I suppose. We'll
Okay.
try and. Yeah, I mean, if there's a door between us and where I believe Nestor to be, we will open that door.
I'm gonna pull out. I'm gonna pull out my rapier and just hold. Make sure nothing comes at us.
You open an outside door, or an outside facing to the hallway you're in, and are greeted with a burnt out shell of a room. The floor extends out about halfway to where you imagine the room and then the outside wall of the spire should be. And then the wall is gone. Part of the floor has collapsed. You can see up through the floor onto the next level and then down the same way, down several levels actually. The only things that are still in this room, apart from some papers that kind of seem to blow about that haven't been blustered out into the open air, is a table with one of its legs having collapsed. So it's kind of canted off. And at the foot of it, a scorched and scratched lute, or lyre, excuse me, and 3 silver crowns that look to have been forcibly stripped of any jewelry. It looks like they had gems inlaid in the front of them that have been removed.
Somebody wasted time. Is there any evidence going to the lute or the lyre? Is there any evidence of Nestor, where he might have gone, what happened to him, if his
Like a
hand
struggle?
is barbecued onto the side of the lyre, like whatever?
You can roll an investigation check to check the room. Yeah. You spend a little bit of time just detailing every inch of this room. There are clearly signs of a struggle that appears to have happened before the room exploded. But then no bodies, not really any blood either. No desiccated forms of necrotized flesh, burned bodies. Seems whoever was here was removed, taken.
So the evidence is that they were removed, like they were force marched out, captured, whatever. They didn't flee of their own accord.
Yep, it seems that way.
Do you share this information with me?
Well, can I figure out which door, like which way, the way we came, or the other door, or I don't know if there is another door.
I mean, there's only there. It looks like there are doors that lead to adjacent rooms, but there is currently maybe a 10-foot air gap between where the floor ends and where those doors are. That looking reaches down 3 or 4 flights.
All right, so it's evidence that they were essentially marched out of here.
Marched out of here to somewhere else.
The door that we came in.
Yes.
All right. So I assume after a whole lot of looking at rubble and kicking dust around, he'll turn and look and say, they were not killed here. They were taken somewhere. They were taken prisoner. Somewhere.
I think that makes sense. I don't know why I didn't think of this earlier. Nestor is a prince, right? Of course they would have taken him right away. As prisoner, as a statement, something. The royal family would have been the target.
About how tall is the spire, Drew?
If I say it's roughly the height of the Washington Monument, does that work?
That works. And the cloak that I'm wearing, the kind
Works
of...
for Hope Dogatu.
Yeah, I've been there a few times. The cloak that I'm wearing, which is like a maroon, brownish maroon, a little bit of purple to it, that doesn't coincide with any school of magic, right? It's just a traveler's cloak, essentially.
Yeah, no.
Okay. I am going to make myself visible. I will maintain your invisibility until you choose to break it, or something else happens.
I think we have the cloaks. If you need to break concentration, that's fine. Just we should put on the cloaks?
Well, they seem to have won. So yeah, I'll think white cloak, and pull one out, and put it on, and then I'll pull out my little copper wire, and I will point about halfway up. I will point in the general direction of upwards towards the sun, center upwards from where we are now, and think to Nestor, I have your lyre. Where are you?
Does not connect.
I will grab his lyre and the 3 crowns and stick them in the bag. And I will.
Can you?
Oh, what?
I was just saying, I'm sitting here out in the open. Can I have a cloak too, just in case somebody walks
No,
in?
you're invisible still. But yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Cool. Yeah.
He'll
Thanks.
pull a white cloak out and throw it in the direction of the voice. Until you break it, I am maintaining concentration on you being invisible.
Okay, you don't have to though. If you need to do something, would Alexia know about anything personal that Nestor keeps on him other than what Desiel would know? Because she traveled with him for a while, spent time with him.
A necklace or anything like that.
Yeah, like any
there
sort
would
of
be
trinket.
a necklace.
Something not
A
valuable.
That wouldn't be valuable to you. Never mind.
A small locket necklace. That you've never seen the inside of, but you know he keeps something of value in there, something of personal worth.
Location spell that found Nestor's lyre. How does that work? Can I tell you something of his that's of value and you can find it, or? Because I don't know that one.
I mean, if you describe it to me, well, hold on a second. Let me try something else.
Okay.
I will do the exact same thing, aiming down within 120 feet, I think. Message, 120 feet. So basically, if he's still in the tower, I'm gonna. So I tried up. I'm gonna try down, and I'm gonna try out, like towards the center of the tower. Basically, same message all 3 times.
I mean, you know, with message that really a reasonable thickness of stone will block it, and casting through multiple walls and floors, either up or down,
That's right, a foot of stone.
is not likely to work unless he's in one of the rooms immediately surrounding it.
Gotcha. And he's not, clearly. Doesn't respond.
And he is not.
Okay.
No response from that.
But yeah, I mean, if you describe it to me enough, I mean, it's possible. Maybe I've seen it. I mean, I did see him. We talked and stuff. So if you describe it well enough, perhaps I remember it. Or if not, maybe I can locate it regardless.
Okay. Because the only other thing I can think of is that if this doesn't work, they would either take him to some sort of dungeons or cells or something, or probably bring him somewhere public for a statement of some sort. I mean, isn't that what Parlin wants, is for everyone to know how powerful he is now?
I have no idea what he wants. He showed up saying he could kill gods. That's as much as I know.
Okay.
The man, he wants to control the planes. I mean, this is all some political nonsense. This has nothing to do with controlling the planes. I don't know what the fuck this is. This is just a crazy bad guy being a crazy bad guy.
Okay.
But apparently he's got a lot of other wizards following him too, from all over the world.
Okay.
I don't know, forgive me.
describe-
I've been focused on getting Lyra back this whole time. I've almost not paid attention to this.
I'm just trying to make sense of this too. I didn't even know Nestor was a prince till today, and I do care about him. We traveled for so long together. If we can help them and save them, I want to do that. So let's try this locket thing, and then I'll try to explain the locket as best as I can.
All right. As she describes it, do I remember it at all? Having seen it on him?
You recall having seen something similar.
Okay.
But she can describe kind of details about like images on the outside that would get you figure
To
it
where
out.
I figure. Okay. Okay, it's only second, so I've got a couple slots left. Okay, you're about to become visible.
Okay, well, I just put my hood up. Let's do it.
I cast locate object. I pull out my little forked twig again and start drawing glyphs over it as I chant and attempt to cast locate object on the locket.
Checking something very quickly. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah, I'm just always happy to pop them up there. I figured that's what you were looking for.
Yep. The twig kind of spirals and wobbles over your hand and then centers down and towards the center of the spire.
I will pluck it out of the air and back where we came, apparently.
Okay. Well, I think the best lead, if it's down, maybe my dungeon cell, locked in a cell theory is a good one, at least something to go on. Should we pull out Tempest of the bag? Since we didn't find him, and we're all visible, so does it matter? And at least we have cloaks for disguises, or she's fine in there.
Yeah, no, I mean, we could pull her out. We could always, I mean,
Okay.
there's nobody here. We
Yeah.
can pull her out and ask
Okay.
what she wants to do. So I will reach in and think of Tempest and try and pull her out of the bag.
I mean, I'm assuming
Yeah.
unless something was keeping me down there, then I come up.
No problem.
Interestingly, this is the longest she's been down there. She looks more blue now, like in complexion, because she's had no oxygen to keep her colored like a human. And she comes out wearing the robe. Her hat's off because it was the wrong color blue, so it's too distinctive. But she has her staff, and she's leaned into the bloodstained robe a little bit, like she's got like a smear on her cheek now. Like she comes out looking a little feral. Like
Yeah. You see,
she's got the twirling of the staff down a little better too. Like she doesn't bonk herself in the head this time, though she has to duck a little. She's been practicing.
We're wearing
She got
white
bored.
robes when she comes out.
That's fine. I can be the main character.
Okay, so apparently Nestor and his family were taken prisoner, perhaps to the dungeons or something, somewhere down below.
It's a theory I'm working on.
I mean,
they were
he's in the
captured and
building
taken
at
out of
least,
here.
so
Well, he's beneath us, one way or another, just within
that's a little bit ironic since he's a prince.
a fifth of a mile, just. But yeah, he's within 1,000 feet or so beneath us.
Do we know if he's alive? Like, is it Nest is definitely beneath, or is it like Nest's body is beneath? How?
His body is beneath, most likely. It's possible that somebody decided to take his charm and put it in their pocket, and they're beneath us. I cannot locate people's, only the things. But apparently
Well,
this locket was not jewelry so much as to be stolen, but it meant something to him, so.
Let's go get our friend back, I guess.
Okay. Just remember, we're students that just fought a battle. But we won. Bad guys.
What school are you guys from again?
What school are we from again?
Just in
Mulkainen.
case.
From
You're from Mulkainen.
you know what school they're from. I know that they cast magics.
Yes. You guys, in case anyone asks, are from Mulkainen. I'm from
Morkainen.
Yorkville.
Yes, the White Wizards from
You're from
Morkainen.
York.
The Conjuration Wizards.
Conjuration.
Yes.
Okay, I can totally remember that. We got this.
I know 0 conjurations.
Oh, God, do I?
That's not true.
Knew at least one.
Yes, I know at least one. No, that's transmutation. What are you
There's a
thinking?
certain tiered gem.
What?
Yeah. Good point.
What gem?
Summoning spell.
What is literally the one thing where you conjure a creature that you have?
Unseen
Yeah,
servant.
what can you
What
summon?
would another word for conjure be? You bring something into this.
Are you talking about Desiel's a droid or arachnid?
No.
That's actually
No.
transmutation. I've
Think bigger.
Unseen
Oh my
servant.
god! Does everyone know Best Drawn? That's hilarious.
Well, I'm just looking at the ones that I have trained for today.
Oh well, then that's a
then
bit
no.
of your
Oh,
fault.
What
do
are
you
you
not have
thinking
summon
about?
Shadow Spawn?
No, because I've got the
Sh-
diamond.
yes,
so
summon
you can
Shadow
wear it.
Spawn.
Oh, Shadow Spawn. No. I do have Unseen Servant, though, which is my only conjuration, I think, that I have trained for the day.
Gotcha,
Well,
gotcha.
if anybody
No, no,
asks,
I'm
we're really
that's
tired.
Cool. Just give me 1 hour.
Yeah. Just give me a little while. Find Familiar is also conjuration. I am a conjuration master. I've got 2 level 1 rituals that I can
Yeah,
conjure.
you say you don't have any conjuration, Eddie flicks you on the ear.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 level 1 rituals that I can cast as conjuration. Excellent.
I have 1 spell and I'm a divination wizard apparently, so.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd need to summon Shadow Spawn today, so
Fair,
nope, don't
fair.
have it. Okay, let's go, man. I've been conjuring all the things. I am drained on my conjurations for today.
Yeah, if
Okay.
anyone asked you conjured something big earlier.
Yeah,
So
an Earth Elemental. It's downstairs guarding the door.
beautiful.
Yes. So speaking of which, I guess we should just go down these stairs and not jump out the hole in the wall, no?
No, I think we just act like students with a job. A job to check
Here.
prisoners.
And I'll pull out the 3 crowns that I shoved in the bag earlier, and I'll toss one of them to each of these 2. And be like, loot. We got loot from the princes.
There you go.
We're bringing the
I'll
crowns
put mine on.
back down for some reason. In case. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But still, let's try and be sneaky and not be seen. But
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. I guess we
Head out.
start heading downstairs. Each
Looking for
carrying
dungeons.
an already de-jeweled crown.
Very good. We're gonna shift away at that point
Yes.
to elsewhere. Where am now? You wait in tense silence for a few seconds. Son, how are you involved in this? Come to the pinnacle if you are here. Speak with... And the reply cuts off. Nael. The voice of the professor speaks from behind you.
Fucking asshole. Piece of shit.
Well, what are you doing?
From physically behind me?
From physically behind you. You turn around and you are in another stone chamber.
What is this garbage? I literally say it out loud.
A pillar of sapphire gems rises up through a hole, essentially, in the ceiling above you, at the center of another circular room ringed by chairs and tables.
Fuck me.
In front of you stands the professor, currently with a cloak pulled tightly around him and a hood over his face, but the voice is undeniable. He's currently flipping through a small book that it looks as though he's taken from a lectern a short ways behind him. How did you come here? Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
There she is. Okay. That was just because Kendra dropped. He didn't say that last bit.
He would if he knew what was going on.
Okay. Yeah. I have no idea. I have to be quick. I was in Corbin. An explosion happened. I got sent back home. I've been walking, and I ended up in a place called Darmore, and now I'm here. I don't know what's happening. Parlin's doing something.
Parlin is doing this. How? What?
Look, Provost, I don't know if I'm gonna be here for long. If something happens to me, tell them I'm gonna miss them.
What? Very well. You seem to be here for the time being.
What is this place?
This is the place where I had you clear the way to, where I've been attempting to go. This is the center of the library underneath your hall, where secrets are kept. I've learned some things from the inscriptions on this pillar. Instructions. I think I wasn't entirely correct about Dineer. If these inscriptions are to be believed, he's not dead. He's scattered. Bits and pieces of him all around underneath the different colleges. The gems, they contain fragments of his mind. Some here in this room, some underneath other colleges, some simply scattered about. They will have arcane properties, these gems. The largest of which, it seems, was made into King Enereth's crown and the crowns of the royal family. Fragments of his soul.
as in Prince Nestor. Nezeroth.
Neristov.
Nazareth. Yes, that one. Um,
Yes, indeed. That may be why Perland wants to be incorporated. If he is after the gods, power of the gods, death of the gods, whatever, that jewel in the king's crown may be able to make him stronger.
well, I mean, Nestor's pretty powerful, so let's hope nothing, nothing like that's gonna happen. Um, how are Patrice and the other students? Have you heard of them?
I haven't heard word. I've
Damn
been
it!
far too protective of my own magical capabilities, and they are not
That's
advanced
fair.
enough to contact me. I can only hope
Honestly,
they've made it out.
with all due respect, I kind of hope I get shunted back, because getting out of here would be a pain in the ass.
Perhaps. But if the veil is so thin as it must be for you to be here, we can get to Parliament. There are teleportation points along these caverns, these caves, one of which will surely bring us to Corbin. If we could target the source of the tear in the veil, which would likely be him, unless I'm deeply mistaken, I could adjust a ritual that could take us there.
What would that accomplish? He could kill us. With all due respect, but that sword.
That sword he
I don't think.
surely does not have fully understood the properties of. At the very least, he cannot get that crown. If you think he's powerful now, whatever he could do with a piece of a god, I don't want to be there for.
I saw something. I think it was Karketh. Something keeping it at bay. I think it might have been the Judge of the Damned. And in that dream, a man wearing Yaltho blue came in and killed the guard.
Surely your dream must be flawed in some way. If a god were to die, there would be immediate signs beyond anything we've seen thus far. It would be felt by any presence of sufficient magic. So just here, I hope you are wrong. What if he is tampering with death? One more reason for us to hurry.
I guess I'm gonna have to cancel a meeting. Well, I would have died either way. I'll go with you.
Right. Kind of gathers some things around him. There's a teleportation circle. Just through here. Let's
Oh,
go.
important information. Mount Celestia is... There are planes kind of on the same place. I came here from the Stone Valley, and Corbranth and the Feywild were kind of interposed as well. Planes are starting to merge to a certain degree.
Well,
Just think you should know that, probably.
Harlan is a bit busy, isn't he?
Bastard.
Bastard never did know when to stop. Let's go.
Yes. I'll start following Provost to my death.
Yep.
Yep. I like the yep.
The two of you
Yep.
hurry around the pillar, through a short corridor and into a side room that looks to be set aside for a teleportation circle. There are permanent glyphs and runes and markings carved into the floors, and he begins flipping through several books that he pulled as you were walking along, referencing them and adding on to the ritual with chalk and various markings, burning incense, incenses and other aromatics, tweaking it slightly. And when he's finished, he takes a deep breath. Are you prepared?
It's time.
Go. And he casts the spell. The world around you ripples and fades. And as it comes back up, you find yourself somewhere else. Here, in fact. You first see this platform surrounded by dark. These spires poke up and extend into an infinite dark. A portal shimmers in the center of the room, through which you can see some sort of hall or open chamber with seats lined around it like an amphitheater, rising up around the area where this portal must connect elsewhere. You see a man in a blue robe with blue and black smoke curling off of his cloak. A black blade is thrust into the floor in front of him. His eyes glow a sickly blue, and energy seems to trickle down his face. Looking forward into the portal. Behind him is a shimmering blue sphere, in which you can see the bodies of 3 individuals. 1 man, 2 women. They are bound by glowing chains that force them sat upright on their knees, arms pulled down around them. Their unconscious heads loll back. You recognize Nestor. Harlan raises his head and speaks, and as he does, the words seem to reverberate, echo out through the portal. And outside, as the 3 of you begin to make your way down back towards the center of the spire, The very walls seem to shake and reverberate with a sound. The sound of Parlin's voice, cracked and torn, pained. La Bellesse, O once mighty king. You will have noticed your family is gone. If you wish to see them again, you will come to me in my demiplane, in the central floor of the lecture hall. You will bring your crown, and you will surrender it to me. I know you can hear this. Do not be coy. And we're going to take a break right there as it happens. We're going to be about 10 minutes. And we will see where all of this goes shortly thereafter. So stick around, don't go anywhere.